This presentation was collected and created by Pawan Thakur, Thakur Property Consultancy, 900-435-2787. Common interpretations often treat the Indian epics and scriptures as a series of separate theological stories, existing in isolation from one another. We typically categorize the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, the Bhagavata Purana, and the Bhagavad Gita as independent works of mythology or philosophy. These texts actually function as an interlocking framework that maps the requirements for human liberation. Analyzing these scriptures in silos leads to a fractured understanding of their purpose. A holistic view is required to see the architecture of the philosophy they represent. This system rests on 4 pillars: Dharma, or duty; Karma, action; Bhakti, devotion; and Jnana, knowledge. These pillars facilitate a continuous journey for the practitioner, moving from external worldly participation toward internal spiritual development. By examining evidence from the epics, we can identify how each specific text fulfills a role within this matrix. Mastery of the interplay between these quadrants allows the practitioner to transition from mundane life toward internal liberation. The Bhagavad Gita provides the metaphysical foundation, establishing the rules that govern knowledge and action. The Gita identifies the physical body, or sharira, as a mutable entity defined by constant change and decay. Within this changing form resides the shariri, the indestructible soul, which remains static and unaffected by the chaos of the physical world. This distinction leads to the Gita's core requirement: individuals must perform their actions without attachment to the survival or rewards of the physical body. This is the basis of tapoyagya, where action is performed as a penance, requiring the practitioner to maintain equanimity in the face of extreme adversity. Internalizing the difference between the decaying body and the eternal soul is the first step toward achieving unattached action. The Mahabharata demonstrates how the abstract concept of penance through action applies to civic life. The text shifts focus toward these applications in its final sections, including Mausala and Svargarohanika Parvas. Here, the epic provides a practical definition of merit and duty through community service. It explicitly commands physical tasks for the public benefit, such as the excavation of ponds and the planting of trees on riverbanks. The Mahabharata classifies these trees as putravat, equivalent to sons, because they sustain the world and secure the planter's spiritual passage. In this system, Dharma represents the tangible sustenance of the world and its ecosystems. While knowledge and duty provide the structure, Bhakti, or devotion, serves as the engine that drives the practitioner forward. Hanuman is described as the ultimate practitioner, utilizing absolute focus to transcend standard physical limits. He meticulously carves the life of Rama into crystal rocks, using only his fingernails, so absorbed that he loses all awareness of time. This level of focus demonstrates the mastery of the physical form through love, bypassing the need for academic study or complex rituals. The scriptures record that this same state of liberation was reached by the forest dweller Sabari and queens like Kunti. These diverse examples prove that the capacity for devotion is independent of social rank or gender. Devotion functions as an equalizer, making liberation accessible through internal focus rather than scholarly mastery. The structural integrity of this massive system has been maintained for thousands of years through a rigorous recording process. Sage Valmiki, known as the Adikavya, or first poet, established the primary record of this tradition. His Ramayana is termed the Kavya Bija, the seed of all poetry, giving it an authority on par with the ancient Vedas. This original record was preserved through centuries of academic peer review, documented in extensive Sanskrit commentaries, like the Katak and Bhushana. Figures such as Tulsidas later adapted this complex scholarship into common languages, ensuring the underlying philosophy remained reachable to the public. The authority of Hindu philosophy rests on an unbroken, rigorously tested lineage of human intellectual scholarship. When we combine these findings, we see that the epics provide a single, integrated journey for human development. The Gita establishes the metaphysical rules of knowledge and action, while the Mahabharata defines the physical obligations of duty. The Ramayana and the Bhagavata Purana provide the devotion required to fuel that journey. The fulfillment of all four quadrants leads to moksha, the ultimate state of liberation. Studying these texts in isolation obscures their unified intent. As a collective, they form the eternal tapestry that guides human consciousness toward its full potential.